Ted can't hear you! Heidi hi! Let's go GB, let's go! Let's go GB, let's go!
Welcome to Kosice, Slovakia. It's Wednesday at the 2019 World Hockey Championship. Jack Hughes turned 18 yesterday. He's taken off the full cage, gone to the half visor. And the officials are Tobias Bjork from Sweden, Manuel Nikolic from Austria. The last time these teams faced each other, the World Championship was in 1962. The U.S. won 12-5. And Patrick Kane and company look to run their record to 3-1 in this tournament. They lost their opener to Slovakia, have beaten France and Finland since then. Great Britain has not had an easy time here. 3 consecutive losses, outscored 20-1. Last time in the top division was in 1994. They went 0-6, were outscored 49-9. But they look forward to the game against France next Monday. That's probably a winner-take-all to avoid relegation. Thatcher Demko starts in goal for Team USA. The 23-year-old from San Diego allowed 1 goal and 24 shots against France. Ben Bounds has been pulled twice in the tournament. He's faced 100 shots in 3 games. Kane tied, as you mentioned, Ray, with Mark Johnson for the all-time U.S. point lead. Pretty good chance that record falls this afternoon.
Before the tournament, some of the British players were talking about the thrill of playing against Canada. It's the same thing about playing against Patrick Kane. He was a superstar and future Hall of Famer, and they'll do their best to keep it close, but I don't see how they can.
Here comes Dylan Larkin walking in. Larkin with a quick chance, a backhand shot stopped by Bounds. So the breakaway 10 seconds in is not necessarily a good omen. We talk about the fact that Great Britain qualified out of Division 1A last year. Tied the game with Hungary with 15 seconds left. That point got them in, but then they gave up a breakaway right off the face-off after the goal. Had Hungary scored there, Great Britain would have been out. Lake drops that back for Perlini. That pass just misfired. Scooped up now by Jack Eichel. He's got a new head coach in Buffalo, Ralph Kruger. Named today as the new coach in Sabres. Held at the line by Brady Shea.
Canada's GM Jason Botterill left the team, flew home for the introductory press conference, and then he'll fly back.
Dowd gets there first for Great Britain to get the icing. And David Phillips had that shot blocked. Eichel lead pass for Gaudreau. He was in behind the defense. That's poked away by O'Connor. Van O'Connor moves that in.
Well, the drummers came ready to go again.
You need to understand, though, Great Britain's getting pounded here. This tournament is a triumph for them. Getting here is one of the greatest accomplishments in the history of British hockey. They won a gold medal at the Olympics in 1936, but in the modern history, this is huge. And their fans are savoring every minute of it. A quick shot there. A chance for Dowd, stopped by Demko, loose in front, and Demko kicked that away.
We ran into a couple of their fans last night. They were so pumped about being here. They're like, we will be here every step of the way, no matter where it goes. They almost had a chance to celebrate their second goal of the tournament.
They're also enjoying the €1 beers here.
Yes, they are.
What a $1.50. And sharp angle shot is gloved by Demko, and he'll hang on.
And there doesn't seem to be a limit per customer. Dallas Earhart's long shot is turned aside, and Dowd gets stopped once, and then the rebound turned away by Farmer. This is off the opening faceoff. Dylan Larkin gets behind the defense and pulls to the net, and Ben Bounds is out. Little help from Perlini to kick out the left pad.
Icing call against the United States. One of the British fans talking to us last night had an interesting theory that the team should get relegated this year because next year it's in Switzerland where things are very expensive. Then get promoted next year to go back to Riga and Minsk in Latvia and Belarus where things are much cheaper.
And this was a well thought out plan.
This was not off the top of his head. Like he'd gone through this. He researched where the games were. He looked at the prices. Like he seemed to have a...
He knew where the 1A championships were next year.
Yeah.
He was all set.
Yeah. Very important to have a plan, right?
Yeah, however, we have seen with teams that go up and down, if you go down, it's sometimes not very easy to get back up.
Well, to be honest, they were favorites to get relegated from 1A last year. That pass for Lakowitz missed. They were promoted from 1B the year before, so think about it. 2 years ago, Great Britain was in the 3rd level of IIHF men's competition. Got promoted last year, or promoted 2 years ago, then promoted again last year. Peter Russell's the head coach of this team for the 5th year. Goaltender from Scotland. 9 years in Britain. Coach with the Great Britain junior team 9 times. Back at the point, here's Alec Martinez. In for DeBrincat. Back at the point, Martinez shoots, that goes wide. Held by Adam Fox. Here's Kane with it. Fox. Drops it back to Martinez, a rolling puck. Shoots, tipped right on, save made by Bounds in front. Kane couldn't shoot. Now Fox with a drive that was blocked in front.
I thought Kane had all kinds of room to shoot that, and he was looking for DeBrincat back in the slot. Bounds was diving around in the net trying to find where the shot was going to come from.
Kane throws at it for Larkin. Off the end boards for DeBrincat. Centering pass for Kane, moves in, holds Kane. Tried to bank that off Bounds and it wouldn't go. DeBrincat. Back across to Kane, Patrick Kane. To Alanin. To Brady Shea. Now played around Richardson with it. Mark Richardson trying to clear it. Finds Lake. Ben Lake. Calgary native throws that back to center ice. It's picked up by Larkin with Kane. Dylan Larkin for Patrick Kane. It goes across to Alanin. Off the bench comes Hanifin, shoots. Then the save is made by Bounds.
U.S. starts to get mobility in the offensive zone, and it's tough for Great Britain to close on them. A couple of close chances here. Kane, that's the one I thought he was going to shoot. He goes to DeBrincat, but it goes right through his feet. And that's where Bounds has to dive his way back. The puck goes through to the slot here, and they look up, the net's empty, and Bounds, like a shortstop, dives back into the play.
Face off won by Hammond. And then back out to center ice to Robert Farmer. And that goes over the glass. Farmer was the hero for Great Britain in the promotion last year. He scored the goal with 15 seconds left against Hungary to tie it up. Once that game went to the shootout, it was already decided that Britain would be promoted along with Italy. Farmer from Nottingham. His 8th year with the national team. Great Britain has 5 players who have spent at least a decade with their national team program. That's some hard miles and some out-of-the-way places in IIHF competition. Here's Farmer trying to pick that free. To the point he goes. O'Connor's shot got through. And Demko makes the stop. And remember, Great Britain, Ray, gave Germany a run in its opener. It was a 1-1 game in the 3rd period.
Long shot from O'Connor gets tipped twice. And Thatcher Demko, who I thought played really well against France, 24 shots, several of them difficult, has to catch up to this bouncing puck and make the stop. O'Connor is he's their big ice time guy, about 24, 25 minutes a game. And when you're out big minutes on a team that gets stuck in their zone as much as he does, or as much as Great Britain has in this tournament, that's long, hard miles.
6 of these British players born in North America, 5 in Canada, 1 in the U.S. Phillips, the captain, tried to center that. It goes back to the point to Mosley. In, shoots. That went just wide. That's 3 good scoring chances for Great Britain here in the 1st period.
It didn't go like this against Denmark the other day. They were in trouble almost immediately.
An early penalty followed by an over the glass for a 5-on-3 really caved them in. Here's Gaudreau, rink wide for Kreider. Long lead pass for Johnny Gaudreau. Goodrow feeds across to Fox. Fox to Eichel. Jack Eichel peels back. Kreider back across to Eichel, a hard shot that goes high and wide. Fox plays it back in deep. And Gaudreau with it. Johnny Gaudreau spins around Richardson. Drops it back to Fox. Ryan Suter along shot pass, trying to find Gaudreau with a tip. Now Ferrara. Up ahead to Benrich, moves in and shoots, rebound, that's tipped wide as Davies looks skyward with a great chance to cash there on the rebound. O'Connor steps up, but Hughes got in behind him. Jack Hughes works in. Taken down there by David Phillips, play continues. Phillips around to O'Connor. Big Ben, they call him in Britain. And a long shot by Shea, and Pounds knocked that away. Loose at the side of the goal. And Keller tried to pick it up. Phillips through center for Perlini. Scooped up by Hughes. Poke check by O'Connor. Lake with it. Drops it back to O'Connor. Rink wide he goes to David Phillips. Pass finds Lake. Has time and shoots. That's a way wide. At the point, helped by Mosey. Jack Hughes knocks it down. Looks at the side of the goal. Lake trying to get there. Here's Wolanin with it. 7.5 minutes gone. Still no score here in the first period. Keller spins in. That's picked off by Dallas Earhart. He finds Lake. And he goes to Mosey. Works in. Mosey poke check at the last second by Martinez. Loose puck at the side of the goal. Now try to work that free. Shots are 7-6 Team USA. Icing called against the U.S.
Well, I would say this is a bit of a surprise. A good start for Great Britain. Ben Davies has a real good chance that Demko has to get an arm on, and the rebound pops way up in the air and it's bunted just wide of the net. Lake will come in from the left and take it out of the air. That would count too. That's not a high stick. And it goes just wide of the net. I would say you're in the range here where Jeff Blashill's going to want to remind the guys to put the work boots on a little bit here, because this game has been too even through 8 minutes. Great Britain's had 3 really good scoring chances.
Which is 3 more than they had against Denmark.
Good for them. Gordon, we talked about you get knocked onto the canvas here, and it's embarrassing. The 9-0 loss to Denmark after 8-0 to Canada, and you got to pick yourself up, and they've given themselves a good 8-9 minutes here. They got a breakaway.
Big pass for Farmer, just out of his reach, and Demko swings back to pick that up. Goes ahead to Larkin. In with Kane. Larkin to Kane. Patrick Kane swings it back to Larkin, moves in front and shoots, and Bounds got a piece of that. Hanifin did a break it. He was poke checked there by Myers. Myers tried to chop it out, gets a second chance at the 3-on-2 for Britain. 4 if they hurry. Run by Justin Phillips. Now centering pass missed. Jonathan Phillips rather than a puck stuck on the side of the net. Myers couldn't dig it free. And play is called. No score here in the first period. Peter Russell, the coach for Great Britain, was telling us before the tournament that he wants his guys to enjoy being here, to enjoy the experience, which is something he'll talk about for a long time. These guys are all going to be legends in Great Britain for qualifying for the World Championship, but he also wants them to go home knowing they did their best regardless of the result, Ray.
When could they have dreamed that they were going to get on the ice with these guys? As you mentioned, 2 years ago, they're 2 levels below this. I'm sure they weren't playing in cathedrals of the game. And they're just playing because they love to play. I talk about it all the time. The hockey life will take you in crazy places, and for some people in places maybe crazier than others, and yet you play because you love it. And now you're here.
Well, I know you love golf. Imagine if through some course of events you qualified to play in the U.S. Open.
A lot of guys would have to quit.
Well, regardless, whatever happened, you're in it. Wouldn't matter if you missed the cut.
No.
You're playing with the guys you've watched on TV every weekend. I mean, that's what these great British players are looking at. They watch these guys in the middle of the night.
I just had a mental image of
you on the PGA Tour?
Of those guys having to find one of my faded drives that have gone what's now become a slice, and they're like, "Eee, you want to go get that?"
Centering pass for Lake, gets it on goal. Demko knocks that away. Here's Perlini back on it. Lake slow to get to his feet. Perlini back for O'Connor. Off the end boards to Lake. It bounces right in front. Chance for Perlini. 2 chances. And Demko makes the save.
Brett Perlini had 15 goals in Nottingham this year. His dad was a legend in Britain when he had played 10 seasons there, or 11 seasons, had 10 over 100 points. His brother plays in the National Hockey League, and he almost has a goal here, which would have given him some pretty good bragging rights.
Mosey plays it back in for Farmer. Scooped up now by Quinn Hughes, brings it ahead for Kreider. Chris Kreider goes rink wide, that's knocked away. Quite a time for the Hughes family. Quinn and Jack playing for Team USA. Their parents are here. Jack turned 18 yesterday.
Now they got in time to take Jack for a birthday dinner. Off goes the cage, and
in comes Jack Eichel. Quick shot there, flipped wide.
It's going to be the first penalty of the game.
Coming to Great Britain, Shea across to Gaudreau. Back to Brady Shea. In for Gaudreau. Gaudreau feeds across to Eichel, walks in and shoots. Bounce, save, rebound, put wide by Van Riemsdyk. And Britain touches up. Then we'll get a holding call with 9:09 to go in the first period. Spice Girls are here, sort of. The Spice People. So a holding call goes against Mike Hammond, and the United States goes to the power play. 2 for 4 in the tournament. Alex DeBrincat has both their power play goals. He's back on the point right now.
Just 4 power plays, as you mentioned, in the 3 games. The U.S., one of the fewest penalized teams as well in the tournament.
Kane back for Suter. Ryan Suter, long wrist shot at Van Riemsdyk, couldn't tip that. DeBrincat back to Suter. For Alex DeBrincat across to Kane. Patrick Kane winds in. Drops it down to Van Riemsdyk, walks out. He was stymied there. And a good play by Matthew Myers, who must watch NHL games overnight, and he's seen that move from Van Riemsdyk a time or two. Mosey in short-handed as Britain is changing. Mosey loose at the side of the goal, backhand shot, and Demko has to make the save. Great Britain now out shooting the United States 10-9.
Good for them. This is 11.5 minutes of really good hockey for them.
In comes Kane, feeds it back across. Perlini took that away from Eichel.
Really impressed how they picked themselves up here.
Eichel rink wide for Kane. That was tipped away by David Phillips. Kane to Brinket to Suter. Back across to Eichel. Eichel being harassed by Mosey. Plays it back for Suter. Gets it across to Kane. Works in, waits, feeds the goal mouth. Van Riemsdyk again, stopped by Bounds. The puck still loose. And Mosey moved that ahead. Now Kane walks in and fires at the goalpost. Rebound in front. Van Riemsdyk scores. James Van Riemsdyk on the rebound. And the United States has the power play goal. They'll make it a 1-0 lead.
And that will make Patrick Kane the all-time U.S. scoring leader at the World Championships with his 34th point in his 21st game. Van Riemsdyk stopped once. Mosey has a chance to clear and he can't get it out. Kane's shot goes right off, bounds up in the air, and there's JVR, who scored a bucket load of goals in his career from right inside the blue paint or right around it. Suter to Kane, and Kane walks into this one-timer off the post and off the glove of Bounds, goes way up in the air, and JVR times it well to put it in the net.
So a power play goal for Team USA and a 1-0 lead with 7.5 to go here in the first period. And Patrick Kane, as you mentioned, is now the all-time leader in points and not done yet. Jack Hughes picks it up. Hughes feeds it across to Shea. In shoots, and Bounds knocked that away. Shea beat Billingsley to that puck. Skip back in front from Hughes, and now Blackwoods plays it back to center ice. Kane and Suter the assists on the goal, and Jack Hughes with a quick shot. Bounds makes the save. Ferrara lost the puck to Vetrano. Feeds in deep for White. Back to Fox with a shot, and Bounds makes the save on that.
Quick shift after the James Van Riemsdyk power play goal gives the U.S. a little bit more zone time. Kane's shot goes way up in the air, and you see JVR, we talk about goalies tracking the puck. His eyes are right on it the entire way up in the air as this puck hits. Watch his head. He's got it here, and he knows where it's coming down. He times it perfectly and pushes it into the net.
Lake takes the puck away from Hannafin, works in, Lake in, shoots, Demko the stop. Now Keller pokes it back to center ice and finds Ryan in with White. Ryan rink wide for Quinn Hughes, walks in, Hughes shoots, Bounds save, and the rebound knocked away by Earhart. Earhart picks off that pass. Former Brandon Wheat King slides it across. And Mosey gives it back. Lake back to Earhart.
Earhart's brother Travis played 3 years in the Detroit Red Wings organization in Grand Rapids. He had a little visit with Mark Stone after the game against Canada the other night.
Brett Perlini drops that back to Mosey. Perlini's dad, Fred, is a legend in British hockey. Canadian went over to play there. His numbers retired as the all-time leading scorer in that league. Of course, Brendan Perlini, starting out his National Hockey League career, now with the Chicago Blackhawks. Now turned over to Brinkett's alone. The Brinket walks in, backhand shot stopped by Bounds. What a save by British goaltender Ben Bounds. It turns away a 40-goal scorer from the NHL regular season. here in Kosice. 1-0 U.S. leads. That's the score in Bratislava as well. Switzerland leading Norway. Andres Ambuel on his 68th birthday, playing in his 400th World Championship or something like that. He's actually 35, I think. He's playing in his 15th World Championship. He scored for Switzerland. That's one off the record for top-level world. Now a pass in front, just missed the intended target, Robert Farmer. Matthias Seeger of Switzerland played in 16 top-level world championships for Switzerland. Now Phillips holds, feeds it down to Hammond, great chance in front, score! Mike Hammond has tied the game.
How about that? Great Britain ties the game. They got 2 goals in the tournament. Hammond's got them both. Kane doesn't get the puck out, and Hammond's back behind Christian Wolanin. It takes 2 whacks at it and a lucky bounce, but who cares? It's off Demko twice. It's now 1-1 as Hammond takes the pass from David Phillips and makes it 1-1.
Mike Hammond, native of Brighton, played 4 years in the BCHL. He won the Brett Hull Trophy as that league's top scorer in 2011. He had 93 points in 57 games. Well, if nothing else, Ray, this gives the British hope for that game against France next week. As Eichel moves in and shoots, that ticks off the post, up and out of play.
It does, but it also, they talked about before the tournament, Gord, they talked about how much pride they have and how hard they work. And yet they just got throttled a couple of times here. And what they've shown today, as we see this puck bounce off the crossbar from Jack Eichel, is that they do have some fight. They do have a little guts to their game. And look, they just lost the last 2 games 17-0. And 15 minutes into the game against the United States, it's tied 1-1. It doesn't even matter how it got there or what's happened. It's 1-1. And they must feel immense energy and pride from this.
Kreider feeds across to Quinn Hughes, back to Suter, shoots, he pounded that wide off the end, boards a chance, and Bounds makes the stop on the rebound on Kreider. Eichel. Across to Suter. Gaudreau centers for Eichel. Spins around Davies. Eichel feeds that back to Quinn Hughes with a shot. That was blocked by Bettridge. And now Hughes has it back. Drops it off to Eichel. Winds in and fires. A bounce, punches that away. Gaudreau. Waits, holds, feeds there for Suter. He drops it back, and Gaudreau keeps the puck alive for Eichel. Eichel winds in and shoots. Loose puck in front, that's knocked away. Ooh, as Bettridge got on that. And now Richardson takes one off the ankle. Gaudreau with it. These British players exhausted now. Gaudreau. Winds it back for Hughes. Quinn Hughes. Down for Eichel. Now the Slovaks are whistling at the Americans in the offensive zone.
Britain's basically got 4 guys on the ice here. Richardson's really struggling. He needs to get off the ice.
Ryan Suter throws it back in front. Eichel feeds it back to Quinn Hughes. Shoots. That was blocked. Moved up by Lackowitz. A chance for a breakaway there, but he's exhausted. He knocks it down the ice, and Richardson limps off for Great Britain. Lead pass to Jack Hughes. Poke check by O'Connor. And Billingsley knocks that away. Now Billingsley pokes it ahead. He's got Perlini with him. Billingsley. For a sharp angle, goes off the stick of Shea. Lake knocks it down. Almost poked free by Jack Hughes for a breakaway. In comes Van Riemsdyk. Drops it off to Keller. Works in, feeds across, and the stick of Hughes was tied up by Perlini. box goes back, 2 to go here in the first period, tied at 1. Jack Hughes centers it. Bouncing puck. No goal. It went off the post apparently for Jack Hughes. And with 1:50 to go, it remains tied at 1 as Hughes comes close to his first at a World Championship.
Really good hands as he's going to get inside of Billingsley, take this to his backhand and just chip it right off the pipe and back underneath bounds. So the U.S. has hit a couple of posts and a crossbar. They have the Van Riemsdyk power play goal. And Britain has one of their own as we take a look at Jack Hughes for the first time as an 18-year-old with no bird cage. Now you feel like one of the guys a little bit. I got to tell you, it is a better look without the cage.
Lead pass for Dowd. At even strength, this game is 1-0 Great Britain. Ryan moves in now for Team USA. Farmer picks it up, banks that ahead, and now Dowd has it back. Robert Dowd, his 11th year with the national team. Said he'll tell his grandchildren he played against these guys. Could barely contain himself the day before the tournament with the excitement of being here. And they're acquitting themselves well here in the first period. This has been a gutsy performance by Britain.
There's nobody here that thought this game's 1-1 after 19 minutes.
Shoot in by Myers. Icing waved off as Demko played it. Hanifin throws it back for DeBrincat. He's got Larkin with him. And Kane jumping in. DeBrincat winds it back in front for Kane. Picked off by O'Connor. And O'Connor plays it ahead for Ferrara. And Hanifin stepped into him. Hanifin for Kane. Now Kane picks off that pass, feeds it back to Martinez, shoots and bounds, fought that off, put that in the corner. Larkin back with it. Rolling puck was blocked there by Phillips. And the fans of Great Britain rise to their feet to salute their team, which is tied at 1 with the United States after the opening 20 minutes. Our first intermission is coming up.
Awesome, baby. A bit of fun, boys.
you had the guy closest up on the bench, and then forwards flooded across it quite nice. Just so when you went back to Dallas, it was like,
boys, here we go. Fucking go here, let's go.
I was having a look in it, goes, I have to do the same thing. You get out, the forward was like, just try and look and see when it's slashed. When you go back, it's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go televised to the United States of America. And now, let's go televised the Great Britain.
Ben Bounds, a 28-year-old from Rotherham, plays for Cardiff in the Elite Ice Hockey League. They won the playoff championship in the league this year, but the league championship is considered more prestigious, much like soccer, where the Premier League champion is the team that wins the regular season. And that title was won by the Belfast Giants this year.
Pretty remarkable start of the second period, tied at 1.
Alec Martinez moves it in. The shots were 18-13 USA. Now brought up by Lake. Ben Lake went to college in the United States at Sacred Heart in Connecticut. Now Richardson, a shot that's stopped by Demko as Perlini came sliding in. A number of these British players have North American ties. They played USHL or Major Junior in North America. Some played college. Mike Hammond, who scored the goal for Great Britain, played at Lakehead University in Thunder Bay for 4 years.
You mentioned he was in the BCHL for 4 years and won the Brett Hull Trophy. Hull had, I checked it out after I got a note, scored 105 goals in his season.
How many games?
There wasn't a 60-game season.
Really?
Yeah,
So he scored 2 a game?
Well, I want to say it would have been 58, so just a smidge under, but my goodness, 105 goals. That would be called lapping the field.
It would be.
Still questions, though. Could he skate enough? Was he going to work hard enough? How many goals did he end up with? About 700?
Yeah.
I guess he skated enough.
Keller moves in and shoots. That deflects wide. He was once told he didn't do enough chin-ups in a medical. He put his hands over his head and said, yeah, but I go like this 75 times a year. O'Connor walks in and fires. That deflected wide.
There's some great stories of those, the early physicals that some of the star players did.
Keller had that bounce away. Earhart back to pick it up. We mentioned Earhart spent 4 years in the Western League with Brandon, Moose Jaw, Prince George. Played 3 years of minor pro. Eichel swings that rink wide. A quick chance there for Kreiner, turned away. Now Ryan Suter, a long shot. That deflected wide. Kreiner centers it. Eichel plays it across. Quinn Hughes holds and shoots. Bounds makes the save through traffic. Suter holds the line. Plays it back in for Eichel. Knocked down by Johnny Gaudreau. Plays that down to Eichel. A centering pass, squirted away, now picked up by Ferrara. Luke Ferreira plays that in, and Demko got a whack there from Jonathan Phillips. Now Quinn Hughes goes rink wide for Ryan Suter. Up the ladder he goes as Kreider moves in. Kreider a long shot. That goes wide. Now a wraparound try for Luke Glendening, and the save made again by Bound.
Down 1-0. Mike Hammond got back behind Alex Martinez and Christian Wolanin. A couple of whacks at it. Hits the pad, the shoulder, and in off Thatcher Demko as the U.S. had turned the puck over at the blue line. The first stop was a real nice one. Hammond shot off the left pad, but it ricocheted off Demko's right shoulder, and 1-1 it is.
Adam Fox a long shot. That's kicked away by Bounds. Now Martinez fires. That's blocked. And Lakowitz picks it up, plays it back across, but it's picked off by Ryan. Swimblehurst. Looking for Lakowitz. Fires that down. Davies goes after it. Davies can skate pretty well. Ben Davies also played some hockey in Australia. Lee pounds it off the inboard, looking for the bounce to Davies. Picked up by Colin Shields. Back to Lee. Bounced up for Davies, couldn't find it. Blake stepped into Glendening.
The hockey in Australia is in the opposite season, so Lake was able to play between 2 seasons and went back to Britain to play. So he played a year, then went to Australia, played again.
Almost like winter ball in baseball. Yep. Larkin across the line. That looked offside, but it's banked back out for Shields. Roman Shields in his 17th year with the national team at the age of 39.
Intentional offside called, and face-off will come down to the United States end. I'm sure Pete Russell was pretty pleased with the way his boys played in the first period.
They love to dress up. The British fans have been a delight here in Kosice. There's a David Bowie look-alike. Amy Winehouse behind him. They've had a ball here.
They're not sleeping much.
No. And like I said, €1 pints. You do a lot of damage with €10. Fired down, icing called. So they're Great Britain here at the Olympics. In soccer, rugby, cricket, it's England, Scotland, Wales with individual teams. And I mentioned before, it just depends how you join the governing body. Great Britain joined the IOC and the IIHF as Great Britain, but England, Scotland, and Wales joined individually for FIFA and other governing bodies. Great Britain won the 1936 Olympic gold medal in hockey at the Olympics. And their fans were telling us last night they'll be reminding the Finns in the game on Friday that they have an Olympic gold medal and Finland doesn't. They have a song all set up for that. In comes Hanifin, shoots, that goes high and wide. Eichel works loose, little jam play there. Bounds gets the panel down. And it squirts out the other side, picked up by Farmer.
I just get caught listening to the guys chant over there. It's really entertaining.
When the Brits go marching in, they're singing.
They have a chant set up for the Finns. They're all set to go.
I mentioned it just a moment ago. Yeah, we have a gold medal. You don't.
They are prepped. Like this is good stuff.
Well, you know what? Like being a fan is not easy. You got to learn all the songs. There's all kinds of chants and songs you got to learn. Behind the play, Gaudreau got taken down. Slow to get to his feet. Now picks up the puck and plays it back for Quinn Hughes. Gaudreau makes his way off, and Quinn Hughes has that shot gloved by Bounds.
Gaudreau doubled over on the U.S. bench. Trainer Pete Van Zandt from the Detroit Red Wings having a word with him. Ooh, kind of just an awkward fall. Oh, that right leg, yikes. The right leg sticks behind him into the boards. and he spins right over top of it.
Now back at the point, Suter with a shot kicked away by Bounds. The shots piling up here for Team USA in the second period. Keller moves in, flips it back in front for Hughes. That misfired.
Well, the one thing about giving up lots of shots is while the game was 1-1 in the first period, they gave up the 18. It's hard work to play like this.
Keller shoots, Bounds save, rebound, loose at the side of the goal and picked out by Davies. That trickled just wide.
Eventually you run out of gas and the chances get to be better and better against you.
That pinball's around in front off the skate of Lakowitz. Lee banks it ahead and back to center ice. U.S. reloads, that's picked off by Steve Lee. And Shields backhands it back in. Now picked off by Davies. Spins back in the corner. Davies. Here's O'Connor. Plays it back. Suter took down Davies. And now Keller plays it ahead for Jack Hughes. And the play is called at the British line.
The U.S. has one goal tonight. It's James Van Riemsdyk on the power play. Clayton Keller's been close a couple of times. This shot turned aside by Bounds. And Jack Hughes, who hit the post in the first period, his shot hits the left pad and then trickles all the way under Bounds out the other side. Watch where this puck goes. It's off the left pad and then it squirts out the other side, and somehow the game stays 1-1.
By the way, Bratislava, Nico Hischier of New Jersey has scored for Switzerland, for Switzerland rather. He's got 7 points so far, 1 point behind William Nylander for the tournament point lead. Kane up ahead for Larkin. And Wolanin feeds across for Kane. To break it. Back in the corner for Larkin. At the point is Wolanin. Long shot. That goes wide. Larkin. Down to Martinez. Walks in from the corner. Shovels it back in front for Kane. Feeds back to Larkin. Martinez. Drops it back. Kane steps into that. Scores! That was deflected in front. Great Britain's argument was hit with a high stick. But Kane just launched that.
About 3 times on this cycle, as you see Coach Pete Russell saying, go ahead and challenge this. Take a look at it. Kane is going to have the puck, and they give it back to him. This time he goes all the way outside the blue line to one-time this. This is a high stick.
Yeah, Larkin with a high stick.
This hit Ben Lake right there, and then off of Larkin. You know, Gord, watching that, as always, the key point will be where it hits the stick. Now, the stick is up too high, but it didn't hit the blade. It hit the shaft of the stick. And so they'll take a look at this and try to determine, in my mind, the toughest replay to have.
Yeah, because the reference point is not his shoulder, it's the crossbar. And so the video goal judge has called down for this. This is not a challenge by Great Britain. The referees are Tobias Bjork on the left and Manuel Nokolic of Austria on the right. One of the strangest rules in hockey is that you can knock down the puck with your stick at shoulder level. It's fine. Unless it goes in the net, then the crossbar becomes the reference point.
So the key, of course, is where this puck hits the stick of Larkin, because it's going to hit the stick. It's, does he get it above the crossbar? There it kind of looks like it to me, but it's so tough to get a direct look.
This is your best angle here. That's high, isn't it?
I think it's high. But they'll try to put all these. Yeah, that's high. That's a good look right there. They'll put all these angles together and try and come up.
Larkin showing where it hit. So 1-1 the score, 13:07 to go in the period.
Oh, that's about it right there, I think.
By the way, not necessarily the feed they're looking at. They have their own replay angles. They have those camera angles, but they're looking at replays in their own sequence.
That drawing looks like this is what we're doing on the ice, running around in a circle. They've been outshot 7-1 here in the first 7 minutes of this period and scrambling around. And so what Pete Russell would want his guys to do is stop chasing the puck so much. And if you get running, make sure you get back to the house around the hash marks and defend. Kane had gone outside the blue line. The double deflection goes into the net past Ben Bounds, but looks like they're finally coming out of the penalty box here, and we'll have a decision in a moment.
Another great escape.
That was a good move.
Good song too. They sometimes whistle it here. So Peter Russell's team dodged the bullet there. Still 1-1. Farmer banks it off the sideboards. That skips off the glass and out of play. 12:55 to go in the second period. It is still 1-1, Great Britain and the United States.
The score between Switzerland and Norway is 2-0. Bratislava jest rozhodnutia mezi Švajčiarskou a Norskou 2-0.
Here in Kosice, Slovakia. Day 6 of the 2019 World Hockey Championship. Still 1-1. Noah Hannafin shoots, bounds, a pad save there, and the rebound skipped away from Jack Eichel. A penalty coming up to Great Britain. Hannafin with it. Extra skater comes on. It's Patrick Kane. And Kane with it. And now a crease violation call against Frank Vetrano. That'll end the play, but a hooking call will go against Great Britain, and Mike Hammond will go off. Hammond not pleased.
Good stop, right pad stop. There's the hook. And Eichel, who's had a couple of chances today, one off the crossbar, another one turned aside by the blocker, draws the power play. And the U.S., which has their only goal on the power play, the James Van Riemsdyk rebound into the net, will get a chance to break this unlikely deadlock 7.5 minutes into the second period.
Kane, a little wink back to Ryan Suter. Face off was won there by Brett Perlini. And fired back down the ice by Great Britain. So the U.S. power play, 3 for 5 in the tournament. Eichel moves in. Jack Eichel spins that back to Suter. Across to Kane. Kane to the goal mouth, and Riemsdyk centers it. Eichel pokes it back, and Suter, a great job to chop that down and keep it alive. Kane, backdoor pass for Eichel. In shoots. He wristed that high off the glass, and the puck comes out. Comes to Brinket. Drops back to Van Riemsdyk, and that pass misfired.
Oh, Great Britain went for a change. You only got 2 guys on the ice here.
In comes Eichel, walks in, feeds it back. Kane hammered that wide. And the puck comes back out. 5-on-4 is tough enough. 5-on-2 is...
It seems to be bad odds. Kane just misfired on the one-timer.
In comes Eichel. Drops it back, it's picked off by Mosey, who sends it down the ice.
Mosey's been pretty active today. Plays a little bit of forward, a little bit of defense. He calls himself, to mention yesterday, the grocery stick. He sits right in the middle of where the defense sit on the bench and the forwards end. Because sometimes he goes up front, sometimes on the back end.
Now Keller busting in. Clayton Keller with a chance, scores! Clayton Keller, power play goal. And the United States is back on top.
Great Britain's penalty killers had given up 6 power play goals coming into today. They've given up 2 here this evening. Terrific pass, Quinn Hughes, right up the middle of the ice. He finds the seam for Clayton Keller. Keller times it perfectly to the backhand, and Bounds gets a chunk of it, just not enough. But Quinn Hughes, heads up, coming out on the breakout, finds Keller. This off the stick of Bounds, and it's 2 power play goals for the United States and a 2-1 lead.
Keller's first goal of this World Championship, now has 6 in 12 games in 2 World Championships for Team USA, and 5 back in 2017. Gold medalist with Team USA in the 2017 World Junior, where he was a central figure on that team. Led the USA with 11 points in 7 games as they beat Canada in a shootout in the gold medal game. 10.5 to go now in the period. And the U.S. is back on top. Quinn Hughes across the top. Walks through, a little backhand shot, goes high and wide. Here's Quinn Hughes back with it. Drops it off to Shea. Brady Shea for White. Long wrist shot. Bounds got a piece of that to knock it away. At the point, Hughes fired that wide. White centering it. That's knocked away by Bounds. Still loose. Lake for Shields. He'll backhand it out. Lead pass for Hughes, misfired. Hughes races to it. Here's Martinez. Shoots, that's kicked out. You know what they're chanting now, Ray? You'll not get 3. In comes Fox, feeds across to Kane, works in and shoots. Bounds squeezes that, still loose. As Vetrano was batting at it, but Bounds keeps it out. 2-1 the score in favor of Team USA. Clayton Keller from Chesterfield, Missouri, was a first-round pick of Arizona in 2016. That was the year I think St. Louis, Chesterfield's a suburb of St. Louis. They had 5 players picked in the first round of that draft. Of course, the Blues still alive in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Larkin flips it across for Kane. 10 different states represented on this USA roster. As Kane moves in and shoots, and that's squeezed by Bounds. Florida and California among them. The Hughes brothers grew up in Florida.
U.S. up to 31 shots, 13 already in this period in the first 11 minutes. Britain's hanging on. They're hanging on, but they've got to, if they don't find a way to possess the puck a little bit more, the dam's going to break here because it's just too much time in this end of the ice.
You saw Peter Russell talking there with assistant Adam Keefe. His brother Sheldon, a former NHL player, who's now the head coach of the Toronto Marlies in the American League. Suter up for Eichel. Adam had a long playing career in Britain, the old British Premier League, now the Elite Ice Hockey League, and now Bounds can't control that, and Jack Eichel pokes it home. It's 3-1 USA.
I think this is going to be Kreider's goal, Gord. The pass out from behind the net, I believe, is going to get to Chris Kreider for his first of the tournament. The New York Ranger forward who had 28 goals this year. Going to get to the front and get on the inside position of Ben O'Connor, and he takes the Eichel pass. Eichel feathers this one through. Oh, geez, right over top of the goaltender and O'Connor's stick, and it's 3-1 U.S.
Kreider had 28 goals this year, his 6th year with the New York Rangers. One of the most astonishing YouTube videos of a National Hockey League player is Chris Kreider from a standing position jumping out of a swimming pool.
Because the water's waist deep.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's jumping out of a kiddie pool.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible power to be able to do that.
So a 3-1 lead. Van Riemsdyk works in now. James Van Riemsdyk sends it down, and Martinez waiting for it. And as you said, eventually the shots pile up and the dam bursts. Here's Martinez. Back for Fox. Fox shoots and Bounds knocks that away. Fox back for Keller, shoots, and Bounds makes the save on that. If you're Great Britain, however, and you've got that final game of the round robin against France on Monday, you're thinking, if we play the way we did in the first 25 minutes of the game, we got a chance to beat France and potentially avoid relegation.
Well, eventually they'll think that, not right now. Right now it's like, how do we survive here for 8 minutes? Oh, that's good stuff.
Now Dowd moves in. He's got Farmer with him. Dowd in, shoots, save made by Demko. And Demko plays it across for Shea, but they say he held it long enough. And play is blown. Another chance for Dowd, the 30-year-old.
Off the draw, he wins to the loose puck, and he's got Farmer going to the net here. He probably felt that Hanifin had his stick tied up. Right at the end, though, Farmer got loose. He might have been able to slide it across, but it's a scoring chance. He's not going to pass it up, and he forces Demko into the stop, his 14th stop in 15 shots.
Now Richardson fires, Demko save, rebound for Dowd. He's turned away by Demko as well. Dowd back with it now, a little push back from Great Britain. Centering pass from Farmer, down, backhands that wide, still loose, knocked away by Vetrano. And away comes White for Vetrano. Across to Ryan, in, shoots that pinball around in front. And Hammond couldn't clear it out. Here's Ryan with it. Down to White. White to Hanifin. Now Hanifin swings it back across for Shea. Brady Shea works in. Swings it back to Hanifin. Cross for White. Cross ice pass for Shea. Shoots. It was blocked by Richardson. Now picked up by Hammond. Dowd needs a change. Plays that not deep enough. Fired back in by Shea. And icing waved off as Larkin got there first. Larkin around for Kane. 6.5 to go in the period. Patrick Kane works it back for Larkin, shoots off the side of the goal. Dowd still stuck out there. Plays it ahead for Myers, chips it up for Ferrara. That's broken up by Quinn Hughes. And Dowd still can't get off. In comes Kane. Back for Suter. Feeds across to Quinn Hughes. He finds Patrick Kane. Lee trying to knock it out. Kane took it back. Little backhand shot, and Bounds got a piece of that. Kane back for Quinn Hughes. Goes off Dowd. And the British cleared out. Icing waved off, and Dowd can crawl off the ice. Away comes to Brinket. Drops it off for Larkin. That's poke checked away by Richardson. Bouncing puck in the feet of Suter. Being watched there by Shields. Out for Gaudreau. Johnny Gaudreau. Drops it off for Eichel in full stride. Jack Eichel works in. Great move, and O'Connor got a piece of that at the end. Oh, Eichel. Back for Gaudreau. Martinez shoots, pad save by Bounds. And Davies back with it. Love down by Johnny Gaudreau at center ice. His pass broken up. Davies moves in along with Myers. Davies winds in, has a chance. Poke check at the last moment. Now Lake in, fires, that's blocked as well.
Two good plays by Alec Martinez.
Here's Mosey. Feeds it across. O'Connor shoots, tipped in front. Puck still loose, and Demko kicked that away. Mosey feeds it back in front. Demko's lost his goal stick. Long shot by O'Connor's block. Walks back in, fires. Demko saves, still loose. They bang away to Lake, trying to work it free. Davis banging at it.
Oh, it's still loose.
Pile up in the crease. There's 8 players in the U.S. crease, and somehow the puck stayed out. 3-1, the United States leads here in the second.
A little more to cheer about in the last minute or so for Great Britain as they have their first push of the second period. A wild scramble around Thatcher Demko as they try to get to within one of the United States, who scored a couple of goals in under 2 minutes. Keller and
Now looks for
Kreider.
Farmer in front. Demko to stop on that rebound. Hammond put it just wide. Now Hammond back with it. At the line, held by Mosey. That's knocked down by Ryan. Derek Ryan of the Calgary Flames drops it back to White. In shoots. That was punched out by Dowd. Who's in front as Bounds knocked that away. Now brought up by Earhart. For Hammond. Pass skipped in behind Earhart. Ryan knocked it down but not out. And Mosey collided with a teammate Hammond. And that allows White to bring it out. White winds his way in. And Dowd picks it up. By the way, Great Britain right in the running for best logo at this World Championship. It's an outline of a lion with the Union Jack behind it. Terrific kit they have here, as they call it. Jack Hughes, fans on that shot, gets it back, a jam play, and Bounds knocks that away. Van Riemsdyk picks it up. Looked almost like too many men there as Van Riemsdyk stepped on and played the puck. And now Mosey picks it up. Lead pass for Lake, that misfired, and Suter gathers up the loose puck. Brought in by Larkin, a centering pass that's tipped wide by Keller. Quinn Hughes steps in front of Shields, shoots, that's blocked by Earhart. And Shields back with it. Van Riemsdyk back for Larkin, fires, blocked again by Earhart. That's 2 on this shift. At the point is Suter. Feeds across, Quinn Hughes in, fires and bounds, kicks that away. Larkin back on it again. The Brits are stuck in their own zone. That's tipped out by Lake. Earhart finally gets off, he's limping. And the play is brought in offside by Team USA.
Mike Hammond had a goal in the first period. He's going to come inches away from one here in the second. Thatcher Demko with the first stop. This one turned aside by Colin White, who's back behind the goalie. Kind of an awkward stop, but he makes the save.
What's that stance? The reverse corkscrew.
Oh, and that the second one, Myers' shot, is turned aside by Adam Fox. Look at Fox back behind the goalie with Demko, and their sticks are strong enough to keep the puck out of the net.
Shots are 40-20 in favor of the United States. Now a centering pass, and Ryan couldn't reach it. DeBrincat shoots, scores! Alex DeBrincat snaps it home, and it's 4-1 Team USA.
And DeBrincat sure doesn't need much time to deliver the puck. I mean, he gets to this loose puck, and it's on and off his stick before anybody can react. Kept in at the point and fired towards the net. This loose puck is tapped back nicely by Derek Ryan into a position that DeBrincat can get to, and as always, the opportunistic winger who had 41 goals for Chicago always seems to be in the position to shoot the puck. He comes into the slot, and it's in the net, and it's 4-1.
That loose puck knocked back in. Bounces back in front. Petrano can't get a shot away. Here's Eichel, spins and shoots. It's off a leg and wide. Shea in for Kreiner. That's knocked down by O'Connor. Petridge plays it back around. Davies gets on it and gets bumped there by Hannafin. Way back in by Mosey. And Great Britain has to tag back up as Vetrano brings it in. Vetrano moves it and shoots. That's off the stick of Mosey. Up and out of play.
Pretty dominant second period for the United States. They've had 24 shots on goal. The only 3 goals of the period. Great Britain's had a couple of chances in the last few minutes, but not being able to get any of their 7 shots by Thatcher Demko. There's Alex DeBrincat, who got the 4th goal. He's got 4 goals now in the 4 games. Points in every one of them. Second round pick in 2016.
Steve Lee up ahead for Farmer, trying to knock that out. Now Dowd brings it in along with Hammond. Picked up by Farmer, he drops it back. Richardson back to Lee, shoots, Demko kicks it out, rebound, Hammond shoots, that was blocked by Hughes. Now Larkin comes in with Kane and DeBrincat. Larkin in, fires, bounds the save, and Lee knocked the rebound away. Final minute now of the second period. DeBrincat back at the point that hopped away from Martinez. Larkin winds in. Across to Kane, holds and shoots. That was blocked by Lee. Kane throws it back for Larkin. Feeds across to DeBrincat, a shot that was blocked by Lee again. Shea shoots. Pad stopped by Bounds. Rebound. Larkin has it punched away by Bounds. Now Perlini picks it out. Across to Dowd. Billingsley feeds ahead for Lake. For Billingsley jumping in, he was poke checked. Bouncing puck loose in front. Perlini scores! 6.7 seconds left in the period. And Brett Perlini makes it a 4-2 game.
Just when it looks like the period is going to run out, Perlini is going to take a turnover deep in the U.S. zone. Not much time at all to do anything with it. Kane swats it with one hand. He's trying to clear it out of the slot. He ends up tapping it right to Perlini, his shot off the stick and through the legs, and it's 4-2. Perlini's first of the tournament.
Britain have not scored more than one goal in a game. They got one against Germany, none against Canada, none against Denmark, and two here in the first two periods against the United States. But the U.S. legs it out to a 4-2 lead after 40 minutes here in Košice.
Tak dámy a pánové, tak je diskutujeme, už o chvíľočku máme pre vás pripravené najkrajšie góly zo včerajších stretnutí. Let's see the best goals of yesterday.
Go, boys. Go. Took third. Took third, boys. Here we go.
That was on a 1-2-7 and
Go, boys.
United States of America. And now, Slovakia eyes green routine.
Perlini, a goal in the second period for Great Britain, a 4-2 Team USA lead. It was 1-1 after one period of play. Thatcher Demko has logged 2 goals on 22 shots for the United States. And Ben Bounds, the workhorse for this Great Britain team.
His night's not over.
Nope. A 919 save percentage last year in the Division 1A tournament to get the promotion. Stopped 2 penalty shots in that tournament, including one in the decisive game against Hungary.
Gord, you called him a workhorse, not just in this tournament, not in the tournament last year as well. 515 games played in the last 10 years. He only played 58 game schedules.
He's been hit by a lot of pucks in his life, that young man. I'm going to guess when he retires, he's going to play out. He'll be a forward.
Well, it's pretty interesting how many guys retire, the goalies, and they're all wingers. None of them go to old timers and go, hey, you know what, it'll be a great idea to get back in the cage again.
Well, Peter Russell on the right, the head coach of Great Britain, was a goaltender for a long time. Great sense of humor, real good approach, but also, as you talked about, really emphasizing to his players, make the most of this chance. Go home proud of what you did here.
There's a difference, just being a good guy and like, okay, wait a minute, we're here to compete. Whether we're going to win a game or not is irrelevant. You've got to play, and he's pretty intense on his guys back there.
Long shot by O'Connor, bounces around in front, down, trying to work it free. Disappointed in that 8-0 or 9-0 loss to Denmark, obviously, but it bounced back pretty well here this afternoon. Centering pass down for Alec Martinez. That was poked away to Kane. Now the all-time point leader for Team USA.
A couple assists today that puts him past Mark Johnson.
Noah Hannafin a shot that trickled down. Backdoor pass for Eichel. Bounces around. 2 whacks at it. Kane fires again and scores.
It's almost like he didn't want to shoot.
Bounds' goal stick is 15 feet out in the slot. We've had 1 goal disallowed in this game for a high stick.
There was a scramble around as Kane tried to go back across the seam. He did this in the first period. He's going to have the puck and he wants to go backdoor to Jack Eichel right here. Now the puck's all over the place. And
Bounds arguing that Kreider got in the way, but
yeah, but Kreider's outside the crease. Like whether he's in the way or not. No, this will count for sure. If he was in the way, he got buried from behind by Robert Farmer. This will count. I think Peter Russell wants the official to take a look at it.
He's arguing that he grabbed the puck. Someone grabbed the puck or grabbed his stick. That's not reviewable. Although goalie interference is, they said he grabbed his stick. And they are going to look at it. So I believe this is a coach's challenge. So Britain is challenging this.
So back to the headsets.
Nice to see they got it figured out in the NHL last night.
What did they get figured out?
Goalie interference. It's all figured out now.
Oh, it is it?
Yeah. You didn't hear that?
The play will be after Kane's initial pass across to Jack Eichel. Is deflected to Kreider. Kreider's shot is stopped. mean, I see his argument, but Kreider gets knocked down. Look, his own guy takes his stick away. Kreider's going to get knocked down here. Oh, you know what he could have been signaling, Gord, is that Bounds had the puck under his glove.
Right. But that's not reviewable.
But you can always come up with the old, yeah, I meant to blow it. That was quick. I think this is going to count.
Challenge to call on the ice stand. We had a good goal.
This is a rarity. I'm 2 for 2. Right at the 1 minute mark.
You can buy a ticket for the Slovak lottery, my friend. You're on a roll.
If I did that, I could get euros, which is maybe one of the great.
You'd finally have some.
Yes, this has been.
Do you know what a euro looks like?
I've heard. It's actually been quite successful.
At not spending anything?
Yes. Thanks for that.
The rest of us really appreciate it.
A goal and 2 assists for Patrick Kane today.
Eichel moves it and fires. Bounds makes the stop on that. So a 5-2 lead here early in the third period. Tonight, Germany plays Slovakia in a critical game in Group A.
In between periods, we often get somebody, one of the fans come up and talk to us. A young doctor came up and was talking to us between periods. He is super excited and nervous about the game today.
Kreider in fires. Bounds makes the stop up high.
He was talking about the importance and.
Right, because for the Slovaks, they've played the tough part of their schedule. They've played the United States, Canada, and Finland. As Hannafin moves in, that's tipped wide. They probably need 10 points at least to get to the quarterfinals under this format. Bare minimum. They have 3. Get 3 per regulation win.
It's funny, they've played really well and they've got 3 points after 3 games, and yet it doesn't really tell the full story.
Now a loose puck for Keller trying to kick it down. Earhart knocks it down, but they've got the so-called easier part of their schedule now, the lower ranked teams. They've still got France, Great Britain, Denmark, Germany to play. So if you beat Germany today, it's a huge leg up because you hold the tiebreaker on the Germans, who still have the toughest part of their schedule to play. Eichel moves in, drops it back to White. Colin White, a backhand shot that was blocked in front by Swindlehurst. Ryan Suter in for White, back for Suter. Long wrist shot, Bounds knocked that down, but flopped back in the slot. And back goes Suter. Not sure he showers after the games here. He only plays about 15 minutes.
It's like warm up for him.
In comes Jack Hughes, winds his way in. Hughes shoots, and that deflects wide. Here's Hughes back with it. Hughes got bumped off the puck there by Robert Farmer. Brought back in. Van Riemsdyk, a centering pass was blocked by Lee. Now icing called against Great Britain.
Kane came into the game looking for 1 point to break the all-time World Championship scoring lead for the United States. He breaks the tie with Mark Johnson. He picks up an assist on that goal in the second period, and his goal in the third period, a wild scramble that just never seemed to end. Eventually, Kane puts it in the net. He's got a goal and 2 assists. 2 goals and 4 assists in 4 games already. Last year, Kane had 20 points in 10 games at this tournament.
Kane, a long shot there. Larkin digging for the rebound to Brinkett. Back to Hannafin. Shoots. Bounds a save. Rebound to Brinkett. Didn't get all of that. And Bounds will pounce on the loose puck.
51 shots already for Ben Bounds to deal with. He had 51 against Canada before he was pulled. He had given up 8. 152 shots so far in the tournament for Bounds to deal with.
Great Britain has Finland on Friday, the Slovaks Saturday, then a day off, and they'll close out the opening round against France on Monday. So as long as the French have 3 or fewer points, Great Britain with a win against France could survive relegation. Not likely, but possible. To Brinkett. Feeds ahead for Larkin. In, shoots, and Bounds knocks that away. Belarus and Kazakhstan coming up next year. Martinez moves in and shoots. That was blocked by Phillips. Italy looking like a prime candidate for relegation on the other side. They'll face Italy tonight. Or probably they'll face Russia tonight.
They rode shot, what was it, 65 to 15 or something or other against Latvia yesterday.
And the Russians don't let up usually, so that could be a big number tonight. No offense to your ancestral home. Shea moves in.
None taken.
Shea plays it back and then bounced away from Quinn Hughes. Some news today from the tournament as well. Lars Eller has gone home for Team Denmark. He was shaken up coming into the tournament. Denmark is safe from relegation now, so he's done his bit. There's some concern the injury could get worse, so
They'll add a young forward.
we've got a couple here.
And so they'll take one of the younger guys. And now that Eller, who had 4 points in the win yesterday, was going home, so they'll open up a spot, fill it with another forward, and move on from there.
Puck was played with a high stick. 14:04 to go here.
No, this is going to be a high sticking penalty, I believe, to Matthew Myers, and the official went over to check out Luke Glendenning, and
almost took his helmet off.
this will be the third U.S. power play. They're 2 for 2 power play goals by Keller and JVR. James Van Riemsdyk scored in the first period, and Keller in the second.
So Eichel, Van Riemsdyk, DeBrincat, and Kane the forwards. Suda the lone defenseman on his Team USA power play. Here's Kane with it. Down to Van Riemsdyk. Back for Kane. Suter. Kane. Slap pass across for Eichel. Eichel back for Kane. Holds again. It's back to Eichel, who leaps to knock that pass down. And Eichel, with Van Riemsdyk parked in front, swings it back for Suter. Ryan Suter feeds across to Kane. Back to Eichel. To Kane. They thread that pass back and forth. Here they go again.
It's almost like it's a little game here to see if they can move it back and forth. Here it goes again.
Back to Kane. Shoots, tipped wide by Van Riemsdyk. It's like they're playing sides. Suter for Kane. Back to Eichel, unloads and pounded that wide. And the puck comes out. Sides the game where you play on either side of the ice. You pass the puck to your opponent, try to make him miss it and hit the boards. Whoever hits the boards wins.
I don't know who's winning, but they're each getting enough chances at it. Here he is again.
Kane back to Suter. To Kane.
Oh, it's there again.
To the goal mouth, he goes to Van Riemsdyk, back for Eichel, walks in and shoots at the goal post.
Eichel's shaking his head. He's hit a crossbar and a post.
Suter to Eichel, slapped it back across to Kane. Kane shoots and bounds, makes a glove save. That'll be enough of that.
Okay, I'm going to point out something about the power play. Alex DeBrincat is the bumper guy. There is nothing more frustrating when you're the bumper guy and the puck goes everywhere but to you. There's the Eichel shot. So they're moving the puck around. This entire sequence, Alex DeBrincat does not touch the puck. So they had the puck in the zone for 1:43 seconds. He's like a top in the middle of the ice. They're just turning him around and passing the puck behind him and around him, and you're the bumper guy.
In comes Hughes across to Keller. Shoots. Oh, what a stop by Bounds. The puck is still loose. And Bounds holds on. What a stop by Ben Bounds.
Yesterday, Jackson Whistle made the over-the-head scorpion save. This is a Bill Ranford barrel roll. Get across.
Off the post, off him, and out.
Oh, and then right back underneath him. We're up to 54 shots now.
U.S. changing. Mosey has a chance as the penalty expires with Perlini and Phillips. And now Myers joins the attack as that's powdered wide by Phillips. Now David Phillips has to retreat as Keller bears it on him. Clayton Keller. Played in by Larkin. Looks in front for Keller. Keller. Martinez. Knocked down by Dowd. Up for Farmer. Centering pass, and Dowd chipped that wide. Dowd back with it. Crisscrossing with Farmer. Feed it back to Hammond. Top line back to work for Great Britain. Hammond had the block by Martinez. Now Keller back with it. That was a high in the air as Billingsley goes back. Pass into Farmer with Team USA changing. Farmer lost the puck to Vetrano. Back he goes to Shea. Across to Hannafin. Backhand shot. Ryan scores. Derek Ryan goes roof. And it's 6-2 Team USA.
Derek Ryan had a good year in Calgary. His first year, 13 goals. We often talk with the European players about the winding road that gets you to the NHL or get you to wherever your hockey journey will take you. Derek Ryan played in the Western Hockey League, then 4 years at the University of Alberta, 3 years in Austria, 1 year each in Sweden in the AHL before he made the NHL. And now he's played 234 games in the National Hockey League and has his first goal of the tournament for Team USA.
Ryan is Spokane, Washington native. Was a walk-on with the Spokane Chiefs. Played university hockey at the University of Alberta. Went to Europe for 4 years before he finally got a pro contract in North America. And the guy who really stepped up for him was Bill Peters, who was then in Carolina. Peters coached him in Spokane, gave him a chance with Carolina, and now they've joined forces in Calgary as well. Fox across to Hannafin. Those two are part of a trade together as Fox moves in. Fox went the other way to Carolina in the trade that brought Noah Hannafin and Elias Pettersson. Pardon me, Elias Lindholm to Calgary. O'Connor out by Delakowitz. Being watched there by Willanen. Fox's rights were separately traded to the New York Rangers. He signed with them. And a chance for O'Connor. It's blocked, and now Hughes has it back. Jack Hughes. Nifty move there, winds his way in along with Van Riemsdyk. Hughes peels back in the corner. Drops it back to Martinez. Willanen. Back for Hughes. That deflects over the glass and out. 9:09 to go here in the third period. Team USA leads 6-2. Love to dress up and go to games, do the British fans. And they won't stop cheering. Earhart up ahead for Lake. Fires it in. Quinn Hughes gets there before Shields. Plays it back at the point. Mosey knocks it down. Quinn Hughes tying up there by Lake. Bratislava 3-0. Switzerland leading Norway. As Kane moves in and shoots. That goes up over the glass and out of play.
Puts up points at a crazy rate, it seems, no matter where he plays. 110 this past year in Chicago. When Jeremy Colleton took over from Joel Quenneville, one of the first things that Colleton did was jam his ice time like through the roof. He was playing 26 and 7 minutes a night. Crazy numbers for a forward, and that eased off a little bit as time went on, but what a season for Kane this year.
Maybe the best line we heard about that this year. As Quinn Hughes brings it in, drops that back for Kreider. Keller shoots and Bounds makes the stop. Jared Bednar in Colorado said, asked why he played so much, put Nathan McKinnon on so much, said, every time I look down, he's my best option.
There was the great running back, Earl Campbell, it was talked about that he wasn't very fast and, you know, like that he couldn't run long distances, and his coach, Mum Phillips, said, well, when it's first and a mile, I won't give him the ball. Until then, I'm going to give it to him all the time.
Keller plays it back across. Eichel shoots. That might have been blocked by Richardson. Eichel can't buy one.
No, he's not having much fun today. I would say he's had, not of scoring chances, but the best of scoring chances. He's had 5. He's got a couple of posts, a crossbar, a couple like that, and he's got nothing for it.
Keller chops that back in front, down, picks it off. Plays that for Lee, up ahead for Farmer. Picked up now by Hammond. In for Dowd, shoots, he fired that wide. Quinn Hughes plays it around for Shea. Team USA back in action against Denmark on Saturday, so Team USA gets 2 days off after this. Every team gets a 2-day break in the tournament. Mosey. Up ahead for Billingsley. That's poked away, in comes Ryan on Mosey. Ryan winds in, plays it across to Vetrano, shoots, he flipped that wide. The puck's gonna be square when it comes out of there. It finally does, back to Suter. Martinez winds and shoots, and Bounds knocks that up and out of play. 6:42 to go here in the third period. You're watching the 2019 World Hockey Championship. Play back underway here in the third period. Picked up by Phillips. Canada back in action tomorrow at the World Championship. We'll take on France tomorrow. As Joaquin Van Riemsdyk will put that wide.
Canada without Brandon Montour the rest of the tournament. He's injured and gone home. And Dante Fabro wearing a full face shield today at practice after getting hit with a puck and missing everything except 6 seconds, his first shift against Great Britain in Canada's game. And so they're down numbers on defense.
Van Riemsdyk in with White, drops it off to Fox. A rink-wide pass for Hughes that bounced away from him, and a chance now for Great Britain the other way. 2-on-1. Davies with Lake. Davies moves in for Lake, chipped in front. Demko punches that away. Then Davies bowls over the American netminder. It's going to be a penalty on Ben Davies of Great Britain, who was pleading his case almost instantly, but he'll go off. And the U.S. in the power play in a moment.
Great Britain, team number 5, 2 minutes, goaltender interference.
So the United States back to the power play as Ben Davies goes off for goalie interference. Here's Quinn Hughes, plays it across for Jack Hughes, slides it back in front. Larkin, a pad save made by Bound. Now that's in the feet of Quinn Hughes, bounced away, and Jack picks it back up. Jack Hughes winds his way in, poke check there by Richardson. Perlini can't clear it out, Hughes has it back. In comes Jack Hughes. That's blocked by Lee.
Hughes brothers on the points here.
Keller centers it, tipped wide by Larkin. Kreider for Keller. Centered and tipped wide by Larkin. So this is an example of Team USA laying off a little bit here. Denmark didn't do that in the game against Great Britain. As Keller shoots, that's blocked. Had a top power play out at 7-0. Quinn Hughes back across to Jack. Shoots, that goes wide up the other side. Keller had it knocked away. Quinn Hughes drops it back. Larkin, his shot bounds to save. The rebound skipped away from Jack Hughes. Now Keller shoots, bounds, makes the stop, but is able to hang on.
Shot 61 for the United States as Ben Bounds makes the stop. He's stopped 55 of them. He must sleep good, eh?
Oh, like a baby. Or he dreams of pucks hitting him.
18 shots in the first, 26 in the second.
Suter back for Kane. To Van Riemsdyk. Across to Brinkett. Suter walks to that and shoots. Rebound put wide by Eichel. And now the top power play does come up for the U.S.
I just giggle because that's Eichel from the crease again, and he cued it wide.
To Brinkett. For Suter. Back for Eichel. Suter for Kane. Centering pass picked off and sent down the ice by Mosey. 10 seconds to go on the Team USA power play. And now Davies steps back on the ice. Lead pass for Davies, busting in. Davies in, shoots, scores!
What a shot by Ben Davies. He's been dangerous today, had a couple of chances, just came out of the penalty box, and when the U.S. doesn't get the puck deep, you see Suter was changing and Hannafin turned it over. That left Davies with lots of room, and this is a terrific shot as he beats Thatcher Demko up over the glove. What a release by Davies, and 6-3. Great Britain is pumped about them, about getting 3 on the U.S., about keeping it close, which they can thank their goaltender for, but I would say an incredibly positive result for them today.
The score at even strength is 4-3 Team USA. That's what Great Britain will point to. In comes Billingsley with it now. At the point is O'Connor. Long shot tipped wide by Farmer. Hammond plays it around. Hannafin waiting for it. Inside 3 to go in the third period.
After getting outscored in their previous 2 games, 17-0. I tell you, I'm really impressed. I admire their effort here.
Gerhardt shoots, and Demko makes a stop on that.
So Davies had just been penalized for goalie interference. Lakowitz gets the loose puck, the turnover, and he finds Davies just kind of hanging out at the other blue line. And he rips this over the glove side shoulder of Thatcher Demko. He just saw it on the big board, and Gord, you talk about guys that are going to have a thrill for life. There's one. Sorry, I just looked up on the clock. There's a guy dressed as the Queen.
We got a Sherlock Holmes. We got Her Majesty. We got a Spice. We got the Spice Girls. We got who else we got here? David Bowie. And when the Brits score, their fans turn their backs to the ice and start celebrating. Kane sends it back to Martinez, who shoots. That's blocked. Martinez. Back around for Kane. After Kane flips it back in front, tapped wide by DeBrincat. Here's Larkin back with it. And knocked out by Shea. In comes Jack Hughes along with White. Hughes shoots, Bounds a save, rebound. Oh, what a stop by Bounds! Takes it away from Jack Hughes! What a stop by Ben Bounds.
Jack Hughes had 112 points in 50 games this year. One thing you will learn, when you have the puck and the goalie down, that thing goes under the bar. You don't just lay it into the net. Bounds' effort beats Hughes' backhand flip. Jack Hughes has to take that, and that thing goes right under the bar. He leaves a chance for Bounds to make the stop, and on his 63rd shot of the night, Bounds makes about his 10th unbelievable save.
Tell you what, if I'm an NHL team and I had some empty seats in my building, I'd bring these British fans over.
I'd have them there to teach our supporters group and how to cheer like this, because it's fun. And then I'd also develop a supporters group, encourage this. This is outstanding. I know it's a short tournament, and you can say, oh, you can't do it all the time. Why not? They do it for soccer.
Demko way out to play that, knocked it away from Mosey. toss in, and we got too many men called against Great Britain, I think.
Yeah. The only thing this is going to do is screw up the U.S. power play percentage, because they're going to get a 9-second power play here.
Team Great Britain, bench minor for 2 minutes on the ice.
Tobias Dort called that too many guys, I think he said, or too many in the ice.
3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, they're out there quite a long ways. That would have been a tough one to ignore. United States gets the win. Great Britain, a terrific performance, and
Can they win one?
right now this must feel like victory to them. This could have gone sideways in the first period when they got outshot or gave up 18 shots, or 26 in the second period. But a 6-3 final it is.
The United States wins it. They go to 3-1. Great Britain drops to 0-4, but they acquit themselves nicely after back-to-back blowout losses. In a game that was 1-1 in the second period. Ben Bownes terrific for Great Britain. Shots were 65-26 in favor of the United States. The shots were 21-4 in the third period for the United States.
Just think that first period, that was the least work that Bownes had in the game. 18, 26, 21 for 65 U.S. shots. Patrick Kane sets the all-time World Championship scoring record for the United States, passing the great Mark Johnson.
And time now for the Player of the Game presentations, and then the Star Spangled Banner. And then after that, the Brits will sing God Save the Queen to their players.
You don't often get the other team giving you an ovation when you get the player of the game.
Kane becomes the all-time point leader for Team USA in the tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the United States of America. Dámy a páni, postavte sa prosím za štátna hymna Spojených štátov amerických.
center ice and shake hands. The first meeting between the United States and Great Britain at the World Championship since 1962. Winds up a 6-3 Team USA win. And once the handshake line ends, the British fans will salute, or the British players rather will salute their fans, who will return by singing "God Save the Queen" to them. Ben Balance getting appreciation from Thatcher Demko and all the Team USA players for a terrific game. USA waits for the Brits to leave the ice. A great afternoon of hockey here in Kosice. Final score 6-3 in favor of the U.S.
Patrick, Great Britain put forth a valiant effort. What did you make of them as an opponent and their ability to hang around in this game even to the end?
Well, I think they had a tough one yesterday, and we knew they were going to come out hard. This is a huge game for them against the United States, a lot of NHL players. So I don't think we had our best today, but sometimes it's good to face adversity and be in these competitive games. So most important thing is we got to win and learn from this one, move on, and try to get better.
I know you're a bit of a hockey historian. You appreciate the history of the game, and today with a goal and 2 assists, you surpassed Mark Johnson on the all-time points lead for the World Championships. What does that mean to you?
Well, I guess when you think about it, it's pretty special. You know, you think of all the great American players, all the kids that grow up in the USA, dreaming of playing hockey, dreaming of playing for their country. So I've really enjoyed this tournament. This is my third time over here, and it'd be really nice to win it more than anything. So, but obviously the personal achievements and accolades are pretty nice too.
You talk about enjoying the tournament. I mean, there are a lot of Patrick Kane fans in the stands. Does that ever get old to you, the novelty of the traveling support?
No, it doesn't. And I think, you know, sometimes you come overseas and play in these cities that you probably would never play in, and you see some different fans that you would never see. So they appreciate it a little bit. And looks like, I don't know what they're saying to me right now, but they're probably chirping me. But it's still fun to come over, and I think the fans and the crowds have been great.
Well, there's one fan in particular over there with a bucket list, and one of the check marks on there says get a selfie with Patrick Kane. So hopefully you can go check that off now.
Right there? All right, I'll find them and make sure I do that.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Brett, before the game, Coach Russell said that he wanted you guys to put forth an effort that you could be proud of. Certainly, this has to be something that you're proud of.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we hung in there for most of the game, put on a great battle, you know, competed with one of the top teams in the world, so we're definitely proud of that.
Is this a pinch me moment? I mean, considering the scoreline, you guys had the fan support here. They were chanting nonstop.
It kind of is. I mean, we played a really nice game today. We can all be proud of it. We were in the game most of the time, so yeah, it's an unbelievable experience for us.
For yourself personally, being able to score, are you able to appreciate just, you know, honoring your family and everything that your father did for hockey in Great Britain?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I played against a lot of these guys in college and lived in the States a long time, so it was nice to get that one for sure.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.